everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Yeah, it's very different time zones globally. So yeah, at this time we are very happy to invite a very senior sensei expert from Japan, Mr. Taka Saito-san. He's the very senior expert in the fashion industry. We usually know that Lean is for the manufacturing and for the industries, but not very familiar. We get very familiar to buy our clothes from UNIQLO and ZARA and any other Nike, any other brands from the mall. But we don't know exactly how they manage their so complicated supply chain. What's the traditional supply chain management and what was the Zara and Uniqlo is doing? They are managing their supply chain using the lean concepts, the pull concepts. And today, Saito-san will bring us very deep insights about the supply chain from Uniqlo and Zara. So time is very limited. I don't want to waste our time, leave the time for the valuable presentation from Saito-san. So Saito-san, it's your turn.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ken. Thank you for your help. And hello, everyone. This is Taka Saito from Tokyo, Japan. Today, I share with you how two leading apparel retailers, UNIQLO and ZARA, transformed their traditional push-based supply chain into innovative pull system. What especially interesting is that they reached pro system through totally different approaches. Today's theme is here from push to pull, how UNIQLO and ZARA transform traditional apparel supply chain. Before we dive in, let me brief introduce myself. My name is Taka Saito, a fashion retail consultant in Japan. I spent over 20 years studying and consulting in the apparel industry, specialized in inventory management, store operation improvement, and supply chain optimization. In addition of consultation, I published several business books of apparel industry in Japan. Most of books published from Nikkei business publishing company, and some of them became the bestsellers and also translated in Chinese as well. First, I will provide an overview of major global retailer performance in the apparel industry. Look at that global rankings from number 1 to number 10, top 10. You realize something interesting. Although the top 10 companies are large scale, their performance vary. The two companies we focus on today, Inditex with ZARA and Fast Retailing with UNIQLO, constantly show high growth and high profit. What's behind their success? It's not just about their scale or market presence. It's their innovative approach to supply chain management. Now, let me explain why traditional cost reduction strategies are reaching their limits in the apparel industry. This is a critical issue that many traditional retailers like H&M and Gap are struggling with. And it what led ZARA and UNIQLO towards completely different approaches. The traditional solution has been to chase low labor cost by moving production to increasingly distant locations, from China to South Asia, and then to Bangladesh. On the surface, this seems reasonable, but here is a critical catch. As production moves to farther from the market, lead times get longer, and it's fashion retail, long lead times mean higher inventory risk. This is fundamentally different from manufacturing industries where demand is relatively stable. This slide revealed what I call the cost reduction trap in apparel retail. Yes, you achieved lower unit cost by moving production to low labor cost countries. However, long lead time forces you to order large quantities, commit to products earlier, rely more on long-term focus. The result, the markdown loss from excess inventory far exceed the cost saving from low production costs. This is why many traditional retailers are caught in a vicious cycle. They chase lower cost, lead time increase, focus accuracy decreases, markdown increase, margin shrink, they chase even lower cost. That's a critical issue in our industry. To understand why this happens, we need to look at the fundamental constraints of apparel business. These constraints explain why traditional push-based systems, no matter how efficiently operated, cannot solve the inventory problem. Here's a critical issue. In apparel retail, we face what I call the long focused versus short shelf life mismatch. We need to focus and commit to production 6 months ahead, but production have just 8 weeks of full-time shelf life. Think about this disconnect. The temperature adds another layer of complexity. Even a 2-week delay in season can result in markdowns. This is why traditional push systems tend to fail in fashion retail. Okay, look at this traditional timeline. For 6 months for forecast and production, but only 8 weeks for full price sales, ending with 5 to 6 weeks of clearance. The result, product must be sold within 13 weeks. Therefore, typically ending with 30 to 50% off markdown. Profit depends entirely on focus accuracy and market conditions. It's a kind of gamble rather than a strategic approach. This is why we need to fundamentally rethink the entire model. Let me introduce the major reason of leftover inventory in this industry. The major 7 factors as follows. Actually, it's not a matter of production design or quality, but it's a matter of misfocus, actually, of quantities against demand, overproduction to expensive markup, late delivery to match each store allocation, unpopular colors in popular products, too much additional ordering of the best sellers. Such type of leftover are very critical in this industry. Means it's not about product design or quality, but quantity against demand. Let's think about why apparel companies end up with excess inventory. This slide illustrates why traditional cost reduction approach often backfire. Each department optimizes for its own metrics. Purchase divisions wants the volume discount. Production division seeks efficiency through large batches. Sales divisions try to take big orders. Logistic division aims to consolidate shipment. And stores like to carry more inventory than they need. Sounds familiar? These local optimization create system-wide inefficiencies, cause to excess inventory and markdowns. Now, let me introduce two contrasting approach to solve this push-pull dilemma. What's interesting is that both UNIQLO and ZARA achieve pull systems, but through completely different methods aligned with their business models. UNIQLO and ZARA recognize that traditional supply chain structure couldn't support their pull systems. They need deeper control. But they took opposite approaches to vertical integration. UNIQLO started as a retailer and then moved into manufacturing. On the other hand, ZARA started as a manufacturer and then opened its own stores. We are talking about a category of fashion clothing at clothing stores, basic and trendy fashion. Actually, different category like basic and trendy fashion coexist in apparel stores together. Their different approach to pull system align perfectly with their market positioning. UNIQLO focuses on perfect basic items with consistent demand patterns, while ZARA capture a fashion trend with a high variable demand. These different business model requires different pull system design. Speaking of customer expectation and promise regarding basic and trendy fashion, two companies' per system reflect their distinct market positions. UNIQLO promise basic always in stock. Customer expect to find seasonal essential anytime. To realize this, they maintain sufficient inventory with daily replenishment. ZARA promise fresh discoveries of trendy fashion. Customer expect to see new trends every visit. They achieve it through constant product rotations. Both approaches successful for customers back to stores, but for completely different reasons. UNIQLO's solution is built around the weekly PDCA cycle. Their policy is sell through all the products by the end of deadline. Deadline means sell by date. Think of it as a headquarters for their entire supply chain. What's unique here is how they have adopted lean principles for basic apparel. Weekly sales targets are treated like a tact time, a visual management at both headquarters and store in SKU level. Quick response to weak sales products through limited time discount offer. Continuous production adjustment based on real demand in SKU level. The lesson from UNIQLO weekly PDCA cycle. Standardize work in planning from headquarters to store. Visual management of sales between target and actual. Quick response to demand signal. Continuous production flow adjustment. On the other hand, speaking of ZARA, their proof system is based on just-in-time production. ZARA takes a completely different approach. They essentially brought Toyota's just-in-time system to fashion retail. They manufacture products accurately for ongoing season demand, realized by in-house design and logistics. Such in-house infrastructure enable to respond flexibly. Actually, initial production is just 3 weeks. Means 25% of estimate season demand. 3 weeks time for design to store cycle, and the proof signals come directly from store sale data and qualitative information from store too. And the products are delivered as quick as possible within 48 hours worldwide. Actually, from warehouse in Spain, door to door to directly to stores worldwide. A lesson from ZARA is a just-in-time production system. their lesson is a small batch production. Their production is 3 weeks. Pull signal from store information and quick response manufacturing and minimal working in progress inventories. So they just manufacture enough inventory, just let's say 3 weeks target only. So they not so too much inventory, which require big markdowns actually. Despite their different approach, both companies share one critical insight. This slide shows the relation between inventory risk and the lead time in manufacturing process of frozen from yarn to finished product. To show supply chain of apparel from yarn, fabric, color dyeing, cutting, assemble, finishing, and finishing product carried at stores. In supply chain, in terms of inventory risk, is smaller for raw materials, but larger for finished products. On the other hand, speaking of lead times are longer for raw material side and shorter for finished product side. Therefore, UNIQLO and ZARA separate the decision based on risk levels. Long-term decisions for low-risk elements like raw materials. Short-term decisions for high-risk elements like finished products. This is their version of production leveling in their supply chain management. Both companies are learned from Toyota in Japan, actually. Many competitors try to imitate either UNIQLO or ZARA, but without understanding the fundamental principles. They end up with a push system dressed up as a pull system. So still relying on huge markdown to clear inventories. Here is a visual equation of apparel retail profitability. Let me break down simply. Your initial markup minus markdown equal your gross profit. But here, the critical point. Any leftover inventories at season end become loss finally. These products will entirely require deep discount or write-offs. Therefore, your true profit is actually gross profit minus the cost of leftover inventory. This is why both UNIQLO and ZARA, despite their different approaches, focus on two things: controlling markdowns during the season, minimize end-of-season inventory. In other words, it's not about minimize initial cost. It's about maximize sell-through at the right price. This is the essence of pullback inventory management in retail. Traditional retail typically mark down averagely 30 to 35% from initial retail price, even if initial cost is very low. but UNIQLO released just to 20% through their weekly management system. ZARA achieved an even more impressive 10% through their small batch approach. But here's the most important point. Both companies proved that you can achieve higher margin with full system than with traditional cost reduction strategies. The result extend beyond just final metrics. Lead time, reduce lead time, lower inventory, high profit margins, and reducing unnecessary work. It generates better customer value with healthy inventory turns and more profit. What we are seeking is a real lean transformation in retail, prove that our system can work even in high variable demand environments. Okay, the key lesson here is that pull system can work in retail, but they require rethinking traditional approaches. Whether you choose UNIQLO's weekly management system or ZARA's small batch production, the fundamental principle remains: respond to actual demand rather than forecasts. I believe these cases offer a valuable insight for any industry dealing with variable demand and short production life cycles. If you are interested in UNIQLO and ZARA, please check slideshare.net. You can find my slide by searching for Taka Saito 6 at slideshare.net. That's all for my today's presentation. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Sato-san. Very impressive stories. So
thank you.
We still have 3 minutes to see if anyone has some questions, and Sato-san can answer.
Okay. Any question?
I think no question from the audience. So now I know when to buy the best price from UNIQLO.
Okay.
Let's see, there's a question. Let me see what's that. Oh, there's just a comment. Says
right.
that excellent presentation.
Thank you very much.
From Pratik Vashit.
Anyone from retail side? No, from manufacturing side?
Most. Isn't there like some? There's one is from retail optimization engineer, Doran Margaret.
Okay. Hello, Doran. From where?
Did not say.
California. Oh, I used to live in San Diego, California in 90s. Oh, Huntington Beach. Beautiful beach, actually.
There's one question from other platform. Is there any idea about standard cost accounting in the apparel industry?
What cost?
Standard cost accounting. Is a
accounting cost.
Yeah, how to from accounting point of view, how to standardize the cost.
What's the meaning of the cost?
This is from a financial point of view. When they doing the accounting job, so when we calculate the cost of the good sales, that how can we have the standard cost compared to the actual cost?
Yeah, actually, cost means the manufacturing cost, including transportation cost. Make sense?
I think only the manufacturing cost.
Yeah, yeah, manufacturing cost of apparel, generally, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, from manufacturing cost is almost averagely 30% of retail price.
Okay, 30%.
Yeah, 30 to 40, actually. Yeah. Yeah, but most of company try to lower such cost, but it causes excess inventory and huge markdown. It's a reality. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, means if you reduce cost, the quality gonna be decreased, right? Consumer realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so time
Right.
flies. We are
All
only
right.
1 minute late.
Okay.
So thank you very much. Thank you everyone to be in the meeting. Thank you,
Yep.
Sato-san.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you
Bye
for your
bye.
help, Ken. Bye bye. Bye.
Bye.